Hello. We're back in the room from the beach. This is my beach hair, look. It looks like a shark fin, doesn't it? I wish my hair would just kind of naturally always do this.
It does naturally.
Well, I mean, it does naturally do this, but not like if I just step out of the shower. It has to be kind of like salty air, like beach air. He just got out of the shower. And we ordered some room service. Alex got nachos, I got nachos, and then we're gonna share some fries. And I just uploaded my video that I came back here to film. I got a lot of sun today. My eye is almost down to normal. It's this eye. See, I don't even know what eye it is anymore. What are you doing? Are you looking at Instagrams? Oh Lord, just like zoomed in. You've had a lot of, Alex did archery today. Right? Did you win?
No, I only got 70 points.
He said he only got 70 points. You are all greased up. Look at your leg right there. So we had a good day. I listened to music a lot today on the beach.
Here our food.
Here comes our food, which I don't usually do. And then I'm reading Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn, which is awesome. It is so good, you guys. Hold on. Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. It is so, she's the one that wrote Gone Girl. If I sit here, can you see me? There's like a little reading light right here. Did I know that?
Yes.
Oh my Lord, look at that. Oh my Lanta, that is so scary.
Scary?
Scary?
Why is it scary?
I don't know, it just is. So anyway, I'm reading Sharp Objects right now. Fresh from a brief stay at a psych hospital, Camille Preaker's first assignment at her second-rate daily paper takes her reluctantly back to her hometown to cover the murders of two preteen girls. As she works to uncover the truth, Camille finds herself identifying with the young victims a bit too strongly. Dogged by her own demons, Camille will have to confront what happened to her years before if she wants to survive this homecoming. It is so good, you guys. And I sat on the beach and I read about 50 pages today. Yeah, because I was 10 pages in and I'm on page 61 now. And Alex listened to music. And what else did you do?
I just laid out.
He just laid out. I said to him, I don't do very well just like sitting here. Like.
And what was my response?
You said something funny. You were like.
I said, but you do really well laying.
Yeah, because I said I don't do very well sitting here. And he goes, but you do very well laying. I don't. Like, I can't just like sit in the sun. Like, he can literally sit there and listen to music for like 3 hours straight. How do you do it?
I just let go of everything else and just give that time to myself.
I can do that in the pool. Like, I can wait around the pool forever, but I can't do it. But I can't do it in just laying on the beach. So, yep. It's my phone. It is 6:46 p.m. Ooh, we should see what the entertainment is tonight.
Check it out.
Do you want to go see the entertainment tonight?
Well, I don't know what it is.
This little thing is just all a bunch of ads is what it is. Okay, hotel. Services. Directory. What's it under? Hotel. Hotel, you're at home. Hotel. Oh. Welcome. Make a secret. What? How do you make a secret? Should we see? How do you make a secret?
Actually, services, I think.
Make a secret with Secrets Resorts. More information. What do you think it is?
Services?
Services. In-room. No, that's not it. This is how you see you order like room service and stuff from this. Sundial. Oh, this is it right here, Sundial. What a fancy way to. What is today? June 22nd. My birthday's a week from today. Happy birthday, Peter. Happy birthday, Peter. Are you so excited that my birthday's the next one?
Oh my god, I cannot wait.
Oh, tonight at 7 p.m. at the pool is a Latin band. If you want to go down there, we can dance. And at 9:30 in the theater, we did the theater the other night. Look, he's laughing. Look at him. Okay, what did you think of the theater?
It was amazing.
What was your favorite part?
Walking out.
Did you like the jump roping the best?
So dumb.
Okay, there's a live concert at the Desires Disco at 10:30 p.m.
Desire.
At the Desires Disco.
There's a what?
A live concert? It doesn't say who, it just says live concert. They have all kinds of stuff here to do though. Alex did archery on the beach. What else did they have? He made up this whole lie and told these people, because there's like this, what do you call it? Cornhole thing. What did they say they call them? Sacks?
Sack hole or something.
Okay, so here's a good question. Where you're from, do you call it cornhole or do you call it sacks? And if
What do
you're
you call it? Like it just. I don't think it's called I don't think they call it sacks. I think it's like bag hole or something.
bag hole, sacks, or cornhole. We call it cornhole in Indiana, okay? And it's where you have those two boards that have holes in them and you like throw them. It's a drunk game is what it is.
Amish game.
Alex made it up and said that it's an Amish
It really
game.
is an Amish. It really is an Amish game. I just made up like the origin of its Amish like creation.
I used to watch that show, Breaking Amish. I loved it. Tanya and I watched it. Oh my God, you guys. Okay, so last night, I cannot believe I forgot to talk about this. Last night, I was on the patio, and I wanted to watch RuPaul's Drag Race. Well, it wouldn't come up.
You were gonna watch RuPaul's Drag Race without me?
I was gonna watch it twice.
So rude.
Okay, so anyway, I wanted to watch RuPaul's Drag Race. But then I wanted to watch Pose. Those are our two shows that we watched together. Because those are the only two shows that I had to watch. Well,
we don't watch them together, apparently.
we always watch it. It is so good, you guys. Who's that? Who is calling us? Hello?
Hello? Sí. Ok, perfecto, gracias. Igualmente. Gracias.
Hola, hola.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
¿Cómo está, señor Paredes?
Muy bien, gracias.
Mi nombre es Fabián, camarada de reducción, ministro de su orden.
Ok, perfecto.
¿Puedo pasar?
Sí.
They're bringing our food in.
¿No quiere buscar eso en la mesa? ¿O frente al
Ahí,
computador?
en la mesa.
Ok. Hola, hola.
Hola.
¿Cómo está? Bueno,
¿Está bien?
qué bueno. Quiero su orden. Un nacho red. Un nacho no carne. Y dos papas fritas.
Perfecto.
Cachú. Mayonesa. Cubiertos.
Okay, so my husband is editing his picture right now. Would you like to see our room service? Delicioso. That is Alex's nachos and fries. We are not going to need to eat dinner tonight. Let me just tell you that basically all we've ordered on room service this whole week is fries and nachos. And quesadillas. What have you gotten? What else have you gotten?
Pizza.
Oh yeah, they had margarita pizza. I forgot that you got that. Pizza, pizza, pizza! Look at my handsome husband. Isn't he so handsome?
Thank you guys. We'll see you later.
You want to thank them for saying happy birthday to you?
Yes, thank you all very much. It was so kind and nice, and it made my birthday amazing.
All right, well, we're gonna go eat our snack now, and then I'm gonna lay down for a little bit. So I will see you guys later. Bye. Okay, Alex is getting ready to watch a movie, and I'm gonna take a nap. God, my eyes do look blue today, don't they? And I'm getting ready to take a nap for a little bit before we go to dinner. Everybody else is going to dinner, but I wanted to show you guys the resort at dusk because it's beautiful here. Look at this. So this is Secrets Cap Cana. You can see there's the ocean. We sat right between those two trees today. We had a great time. It was fun. We were just talking about how we don't want to go home. Hi, can you see me? Oh. No, you can't see me there either. We were just talking about how we don't want to go home. Isn't it weird, like, when you go on vacation, like, your hotel room becomes, like, your home away from home, and then you get, like, so attached to it, and, like, where you leave stuff. Do you guys get like that when you go on vacation? I love staying in hotel rooms. We're supposed to eat at the Asian Infusion restaurant, which is literally right below us. But I'm full after eating nachos, and I didn't even finish my fries. I gave them to Alex. Oh, they're gonna start that band here in a second, I bet. Today was so perfect because it was just like so relaxing, you know? Like, it is just like so peaceful and beautiful. I think this is why, like, this is how I feel when I'm in Miami. I think there's like this misconception that like Miami is, you know, rustle and bustle, and there are areas that are like that, but like when you're on the beach, it's just very calm. And if I could live somewhere where every day I could just go to the beach and relax, and, you know, even if I had to work and then I could just go, you know, or just even see the ocean, I think, like, I know there's going to be somebody out there that's going to say that's the Cancer in you because you're ruled by tides. But no, it's just like this, the warmer weather and the water and the ocean, like the pool and all that kind of stuff. I just am, I don't know, I'm just so much happier and more peaceful in this, you know, and to have an entire day just dedicated to reading and laying out next to my husband and us just like joking and laughing about stuff. Do you guys suffer from being hangry? Do you know what hangry is? It's like hungry and angry. We, like, if Alex and I each had a character defect that affects each other, it's being hangry. Like, if we're both, like, hungry and we haven't eaten, I hadn't eaten at all today. He went and had breakfast this morning. Well, he had, like, a late breakfast, which he ended up getting, like, it's like 11:45 or 12, because we got up late. We slept in late today. He, got like a Philly cheese sandwich, which is weird. He never eats stuff like that. And some fries. But I didn't eat at all. And so by the time that we came up here, because he was pretty active on the beach, like we were both like really, really hungry. And hangry is what it was. Because now we're like perfect. We ate our fries and our nachos and we're perfect. Did you hear the music? It's getting started. Because of the seaweed, though, it's very fishy smelling here. Like, it smells like, you can, like, it's like a, you know, a fisherman's town, small fishing town or something. Anyway, well, I'll be back later. We're going to go to bed early tonight, so I'm going to vlog early because we're going to that island all day tomorrow, which I'm excited about. I'm just nervous it's going to rain. I'm just, because if we paid for it, so if it rains tomorrow, we're like shit out of money, but we're like, we haven't been able to go in the ocean at all because of the seaweed, so we want to go somewhere. And this is like a private island. Excuse me, I guess like only like 40 or 50 people go, and like a catamaran takes us out there, and like we snorkel in the middle of the ocean. I said, you know, I'm not doing that, right? I said, I'm not doing that. I've done that in the past. I played the good sport. I don't do that anymore. I'm not jumping in the middle of the ocean and snorkeling. And he goes, the guy's like, oh, you can just sit on the boat. It's fine. They'll play music and stuff. I was like, okay. But I'm not doing all that. That scares the shit out of me. So, But if it's a beautiful day tomorrow, I won't even really care. I'm excited. And then we go to this private island and we're there for like 3 or 4 hours, and they like cook us lunch on the beach, and then we like walk up and down the beach. And so I want to take my camera, but I'm afraid to take my camera that it'll get like, I just, you know what I mean? So I may take some footage on my phone if I end up taking my phone, but I also don't want to take my phone. I don't want to lose my phone. I don't know, we'll see. I may not take anything. I may just, no phone, no camera, nothing, and just be completely detached for a day, which I think would be really nice. So I've never done that before, so I may do that. We'll see. All right, you guys, I will be back a little bit later. Bye. We're back from dinner. It was delicioso. This is my outfit du jour. Blue shorts. Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? My husband's changing over there. Woo! Ghosties.
So dumb.
We went to the Asian infusion place tonight. Is that what it's called? What is it called? Hisudu or something like that?
I don't know. Something Japanese.
It was Japanese, and
I thought it was actually really good.
it was good. I had vegetable fried rice and veggie spring rolls.
And veggie teriyaki.
And veggie teriyaki. I did not like the veggie teriyaki. It was really, really teriyaki-ish. Like, why are you laughing? It just was like so like that kind of sweet teriyaki. Here's Alex's new headphones. I got him for his birthday. And Alex had, what did you have?
The beef pad thai.
He had the beef pad thai. It was very romantic though. It was like dark lit. Oh, and we also had the fried rice, which neither one of us cared for.
Fried ice cream.
Fried ice cream. Well, we had fried rice too, veggie fried rice. But we had the fried ice cream. It wasn't very good. And then we went upstairs and Alex had a glass of red wine. And I had a coffee that was called the Secret Coffee, which was like condensed milk, coffee, and like cinnamon or something. Secret coffee. And we sat in these rocking chairs. And I said, this is why I could live in a retirement home. Is because I could just sit here and like at the end, after dinner. But there's like this disco place. They're having like a live concert. Alex goes, let's go in there and check out the live concert. We were probably in there for, I bet, less than 20 seconds. And Alex goes, okay, let's turn around.
Actually, like, I don't even like need to like say anything anymore. Like, I just like look at you and like just give you like this like smile. Like,
He just like, let's go. We were talking about like,
the reasons why we're like are such snobs in this trip.
yeah, like we had such a great time last year in Mexico. So if you're looking for an all-inclusive, we would definitely say go to Unico 2087 in Mexico. It is, I think it's cheaper than what we paid to come here, actually.
Yes.
And it's super exclusive. The beach is gorgeous. You know, we were talking about like why we're kind of negative. We're not negative on the trip, but like why our attitude is kind of negative about the place. And we really believe that it was like, cause like the first day that we got here, we like walked on the beach and like, you can't go in the ocean. Like the seaweed goes out like.
And it's thick.
And it's really thick
Like
seaweed.
so thick that like birds can like literally like stand on
Yeah, they stand on top of it, and there's dead fish. The smell of like dead fish is like all over this entire
like
resort.
really authentic miso soup.
Yeah, so you can't like, I mean, it's just you can't go in the ocean. And what was the woman telling you on the beach today that you were just telling me? That it's been like this for 3 months or something?
Uh-huh.
She apparently told Alex that it's been like this for like 3 months. He's like pulling these tight jeans off. I would show you, but he's in his underwear. So she was saying that like it's been like this for 3 months and nobody's going to the beach. Literally every chair at the pools are huge, okay? There's like 5 different pools that are all kind of interconnected. You can't get a seat there. We got out there really most of the week at like like 10:30 or 11?
Like 11, 12.
Yeah, between like 11 and 12. And there's no seats. There's not one seat that you can get in. So
Which, first of all, like the whole resort's like, you're not supposed to reserve your chairs, like if you're not sitting in it or like you're not by it, that like, you know, you don't, which is a crock of shit because like literally everyone's like reserving their like chairs, and it's like, okay.
Yeah, they have these signs everywhere that say that if you, like you can't like just have your stuff sitting on a chair, you have to be there with it. It's one thing if you're diving into the pool. It's another thing when you look around the pool and there's literally 50 or 60 chairs and there's only 5 people in the pool. You're like, where are all these people, right? They're not there. They're just holding their chairs until they're ready to come down. And so we've sat on the beach the whole week, which has been totally fine for us.
Way better.
I mean, we have the whole beach, literally the whole beach. And if you ever watch Bloodline on Netflix, to me, it looks like the beach on Bloodline. I mean, it's the most gorgeous beach. It's crystal white. There's maybe 3 other couples on this entire huge beach. The only problem is you
have to get used to smelling.
I mean, you feel like you're in a fish factory. It stinks so bad. And,
but like once you get used to it, I mean, like I'm such, well, you're the same. Like we do not do like seafood. Like we can't. Like
we don't eat seafood, and it hasn't really bothered us.
We gag, and like, you know, after a while, it's kind of like when you're like going to the bathroom in a porta potty. Like if you just basically like, you know, wait
it's
for
just compare
like
a resort to a porta potty.
if you just like wait, you know, like breathe through your mouth for like a solid like.
Look, he's folding his shirt. Look how good he is at taking care of his clothes. Not good. I just wad it up and throw it back in the suitcase.
I was like, am I the only one that does it? I mean, like, look how like organized.
And his suitcase is so organized.
Sarah used to make fun of me because she's like, are you leaving today? And I'm like, no, I'm just keeping it, like, you know, shit organized.
Okay, well the yellow light came on. So anyway, I was talking about how organized Alex is. Are you completely packed, like ready to go home?
No.
You usually unpack all your stuff.
I did.
Your stuff is up in there? In the dresser?
In there.
Is it really? I didn't even see it in there.
Where
Well, I
have
saw
you-
your shoes.
Where have you been, babe? Did you just get here?
Shut up. I saw your shoes, but I didn't see.
And like my stuff is in there. Like I like literally like every morning I like open the dresser and like open the drawer and like pick out like what I want to wear.
And then you lay it out.
No, I don't.
And
lay
then
it
you
out.
iron it, and then you get it pressed.
No, I don't.
And then he takes his shorts and he rolls them up.
And they're already rolled.
And
They're pre-rolled.
what are you gonna watch now?
That's why I pay so much for them.
Oh, shut up. What are you
Yeah,
gonna,
it's gonna dumb. Like, why do I do like I can do this myself?
What are you gonna watch now?
My computer.
Are you gonna watch a TV show?
I'm either gonna watch a TV show or a movie, and I think I'm just gonna watch a TV show because it's already 11. Actually, I should go to sleep.
Okay, I'm back. The camera shut off again. I'm gonna actually, so many people have, like, look at this, it's like so windy outside. So many people have texted me that I need to have t-shirts made that say the yellow light went off, and I'm gonna make them. When I get back, this is one of the first things I'm gonna do is have t-shirts up in my merch shop. So if you didn't know, I have a merch shop. It's listed below, but I'm gonna have t-shirts made up that say the yellow light went off. I think it's because I have my camera plugged in like since 4 o'clock this afternoon, and maybe that's why, I don't know, because it was kind of warm when I pulled it off. So anyway, Alex went to bed. We were just talking about his packing and how he had like unpacked some of his stuff. It doesn't matter anyway. He's definitely a little bit, I can't, hold on a second. I don't want my hair to look stupid the whole time I'm doing this. He's definitely a little bit more organized with that stuff than I am. I just kind of live out of my suitcase the whole time that I'm on vacation. That's kind of the fun of it to me, you know? Then I don't really have to pack anything at the end of the trip. It was interesting because we were at dinner tonight and there was this couple there and they were like sitting in this like private room, like they had like these like Japanese tables that you could like sit down on the floor at, like it was in this very romantic setting. And so like they were helping her like out, like her husband was like got up and the guy that like was, I don't know, the like waiter or something was gonna help them like out of the room. Make sure you guys can see me. And he said, just give her a minute or two. And so like they walked away, and so I could like see her into the room, and Alex goes like, what's going on? And I was like, so anyway, he so when she got up, or before she got up, she hit like both glasses, and then she hit like both sides of the table, and then she like stood up, and she hit both sides of the door as she walked out, and then she hit both sides of the other door as she walked out. And Alex is like, do you know, like, is that some kind of spiritual thing? Like, why she does that? I said, no, it's like severe OCD. And he was like, well, you have OCD, but you don't do that. And I was explaining that to him, and I don't know if that's something that I talk about on here a lot, you know? It's something that I have lived with for so long, and I recognize it now, and I've worked through it, that the people in my life, they kind of just know what it is, but I don't think I talk about it on here that much because it's just such a part of who I am. So, and most addicts and alcoholics have some form of obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD, and it comes out in different forms. Like, you know, sometimes people arrange things, it comes in numbers and counting a lot, things like that, with like what she was doing. So for me, there have been times in my life where I have had to tap. Like, I've had to tap things like alarm clocks, like I would tap it like so many times. And, or I've had to like miss a stair walking up. Like, I've always had to like, this doesn't happen recently to me, it's been years, but this is interesting because this is how I like really figured out like how to control it in my life. But where I'd be like walking up a staircase, and I would say to myself in my head, okay, I have to miss every other step. Or tapping door handles and things like that. What happens in your head is you tell yourself that if you don't do it, if you don't live by these self-imposed rules that you have, that you are, like, something's gonna go wrong. So it's in essence trying to kind of control something, some outcome in the world, something bad that could happen that you don't even know what that is necessarily, right? Like, whenever I would do that, I didn't even know like really what it was that I was worried about, if that makes sense. I just was like, if I don't follow these rules, then something bad will happen. And what happened was, it was in the year that my ex and I were broken up, and I had come home from work one day, and I was walking up the stairs. So we had like a private entrance into our apartment. Like, we would, like, you unlock the door and you walked in, and then the staircase was up there. And I was walking up the stairs, and in my head it was like, okay, skip every other step. And like, I skipped a step, and then I fell, and I just sat down on the stairs, and I literally just lost it, and I started crying, and I was like, what is wrong with you? Like, why do you have this incessant need to, you know, when you vacuum, see the lines in the carpet, or line things up perfectly? Like, why does it have to be like that? And I honestly just sat there, and I kind of like thought about it for a long time, and I was like, where does that come from, you know? And the really strange thing was that I realized that it hadn't always been there. Like, it came out at certain points in my life. And so I think the realization for me, especially, you know, being a counselor at the time, was like, this is fixable. This is not something that you have to live with every day. If it's coming out at certain points in my life, what it means is it's coming out at probably times that I need it to be there. And a lot of times OCD comes out when you feel vulnerable in your life, or you have things going on that you don't feel like you can control. It's really all about control, which is why a lot of addicts and alcoholics have OCD. So I sat there and I thought to myself, what would happen if I thought through it? What would happen if I like walked through the steps? Like, if I walked up the staircase and I didn't skip a step? And my fear was so strong that I was like, I don't know what's going to happen, but something horrible would happen. This is the only way I can have to control it. And so I've really, really had to work through that. Not only in pushing through the fear and the need to control it and just allowing things. Like, I even have kind of a mantra in my head, and the mantra is, I say to myself, things happen the way that they're supposed to happen. So in those moments that I feel it coming out, but the other thing is, I take a look at my life when I feel it coming out, and I say, okay, why do I feel like I need to have more control in my life now than I usually do? Like, what's going on right now with me that I feel like I need to have a lot of control? Because the reality is, you know, I have very little control over a lot of the things that happen to me in my life. Like all of us do, you know, like shit just happens. Well, when you look at that year that it was going on with me, my ex and I had broken up. I had left a job. You know, my mom was in the hospital in ICU. I was very alone. And I felt like all of these things were happening to me, even though I had a lot of control over what was going on when I look back on it, but it didn't feel like that to me at the time. It felt terrifying, you know? It felt scary. And I think me doing those things, you know, counting steps, things like that, allowed me to feel like I had a little bit more control. I don't really do it as much anymore, but Alex knows a lot about it because before we ever entered counseling, I talked to him about it. Because he would see me do it, like on alarm clocks and stuff. And, but then I brought it up in counseling one day, and I had, you know, said to our counselor, you know, like, this has been an issue with me. And he goes, well, do you know when it comes out? And like, Alex, like, I sat here and I had a conversation, probably a 10-minute conversation with the counselor, and I was like, you know, I know that it's about control. I know that it's about me needing to control things in my life that I have very little control over at that time. You know, I know that it's, you know, he goes, do you know what it's about? Yes, I know it's about fear that I have over bad things happening, and it's my sense of needing to control those things. Well, what do you do? Well, sometimes I push through it. And Alex looked at me and he turned and he was like, I realized, like, he goes, I knew that you had this. He goes, but I didn't realize, like, you really thought this deeply about it. Like, I never knew on this level that it had affected you. So tonight when I was telling him that, he goes, so there are people that have it, like, a lot worse. I go, have you ever watched the TV shows, Alex? I go, yeah, there are people that literally cannot function because their OCD is so bad, and, you know, they're medicated for it. There's medications out there. And I was telling him about, you know, different, like, patients that I had in treatment that had some severe OCD with being alcoholics, and you know, like, I think under a psychiatrist's care, and, you know, being medicated and things like that. Now, I don't think mine is that severe. It just isn't. And I haven't really had a bout of it. It's been a really long time for me. And I can feel it when it comes on. So almost for me today, it's kind of like a warning sign a little bit. It's like, it's good. I wouldn't say it's good when it happens, but it makes me aware that, like, okay, there's some anxiety coming on about something in my life. What am I worried about? I think the last time that it happened was when I was finishing my book, my first book. And I was afraid that I wasn't going to get it done or the editing done on time and things like that. And I was very nervous. I was, like, literally working like 10 and 12 hours a day on this book. And I was really, you know, scared that I was going to let myself down and my publisher down and all this kind of stuff. So that would have been 2014 when it kind of, like, reared up a lot. And I found myself, like, if you have it, you know what I'm talking about. It comes out in the craziest ways. Stupid stuff, like having to use a certain, like, gas pump at the gas station and things like that. You know, and for what I've learned that has really helped for me is to acknowledge it, to look at it in the face and not be afraid of it, and to work through it and really kind of, like, talk in my head about, like, what's going on. Like, this is not real. You know, like, it's like The Shining, you know, when he looks at those little girls. It's like that. It's like, this is not real. Like, I'm gonna get through this and it's whatever. But what was so cool to me tonight about the experience that I saw was that her husband was so compassionate towards her, you know? That he was like, because the waiter was, like, trying to help her up, and he was like, no, just give her a second, like, give her a minute or two, she'll be completely fine, just come on. And so he, like, walked him out of the room so that she was by herself. Had I not been looking that way, I wouldn't have seen it, so it wasn't like I was, you know, staring at her. But I thought it was really, really cool that her husband, oh God, that stupid yellow light just came on again. There's my t-shirt. But I thought it was awesome, you know, that he was so caring and compassionate, that he understood what she was going through. He didn't enable it, but he just, you know, allowed her to have the space and the time that she needed. And you know, I started watching that show, The Alienist, last night, which is about, like, mental health issues. And there's a part when they go in at the very beginning. It's like the second episode, I think, maybe the first episode. when he goes into Bellevue Hospital in New York City, which is like a world-renowned, you know, like psychiatric hospital back in the day. But it was like literally like it's known for them not treating people correctly back in the day. But we didn't know how to treat mental health, you know, like in the 1800s and stuff like that. The horrible way that people were, I mean, I really was watching this last night and I was like, you know, whether it's a personality disorder or whether it's a severe issue like schizophrenia or, you know, addiction or whatever it is, you know, we've come such a long way. Like, we've come such a long way in how we treat mental illness, and we still don't treat it correctly, you know? And it's interesting because in the show The Alienist, so the reason this was interesting to me, the reason it's called The Alienist is because back in the day, people that had mental health issues, there was some kind of like, they felt like their mind was alienated from their body. And so the psychologists or psychiatrists were called alienists because they were the ones that helped with the mental health issues. Which I think it's interesting if they named it that, you know? But I think we've come so far, and yet there's still so little that we understand about it. You know, it's like, and there's always these catchphrase diagnoses like bipolar disorder and, you know, ADD, ADHD, Asperger's syndrome, things like that, that like when I was working in the field, it's like you would see like everybody that came in was diagnosed with these things, you know, it's like, and I think we're getting away from that a little bit, and we're really starting to understand those diagnoses. And what's cool to me, even though I'm not even in the field anymore, is that people are being trained with how to help those people that have issues like that function in society. And those aren't even like severe like schizophrenia, you know, or schizoid personality disorder and things like that. But they're still debilitating. My mother suffered from, you know, bipolar disorder when we called it manic depression. And, you know, she would have 3 days of mania where she just would like literally clean the floorboards for 3 days straight and be up all night long. And then 3 days where she could not get out of bed. Literally could not get out of bed. Debilitating mental health issues. And as a kid, I didn't understand it. It was terrifying to me, you know? All I knew is I was getting shipped off to my dad's for a couple days. I just didn't understand it. You know, but she knew at least enough to say, like, Peter can't be here right now. But as a kid, it scared the hell out of me. And what I also think is that, you know, genetically predisposed as an alcoholic, my mother probably knew, but she probably thought, like, drinking is a way to get through this. And so you see so much self-medication going on in the mental health arena. It's like, and I even think that a lot of professionals aren't really, really educated. I don't know, like, our society isn't educated about addiction or mental health issues the way that we need to be compassionate and kind-hearted towards these things. I mean, these are serious issues that people don't leave their homes because they're so scared about, you know. And having been, you know, affected greatly by addiction, and I would say gently by mental health issues in my life, because I don't have any mental health issues that keep me from not participating in the world other than social anxiety. But there's ways to deal with that, you know. But I have a lot of friends of mine, especially in 12-step programs, that like, they can't afford mental health treatment, they can't afford counseling, they can't afford medication many of the time, you know. And so they're left to their own devices, but they also know that they don't want to use drugs and alcohol because they're self-medicating, which is just hurting the issue. And so they're kind of left in this world of like, what do I do? And there really aren't that many great wraparound services for people that need full medical, psychiatric, and addiction care. So what do? You know? So I was watching the show last night, I was thinking to myself, you know, this was 1896. We've come so far, like, where are we going to be 100 years from now? And I can only hope that we continue to grow in our understanding of it, you know? I get so many messages from people that say, you know, I suffer from severe depression, or I get so many messages from people that suffer from agoraphobia, that they can't leave their houses, and that's why they're so fixated on YouTube. And I totally understand it. It's like, this is your way of living outside of your house. And the other thing is that I think sometimes we don't understand is that mental health issues don't just hit you at 18 and then if you don't get them, they don't have, I mean, they can hit you at 50, you know? I'm sitting here on film today saying I don't suffer from a lot of these, but I may. I don't know what's going to happen to me. And I hope if that would ever be the case, or one of my loved ones would, because my mom never got the care that she needed. You know, she just didn't. There was very much, I think, back then a deal with it attitude. And it makes me really sad. I think she felt very alone. I think she felt like people didn't understand her because she couldn't talk to people about what she was going through and what she felt in her heart, you know? That she was scared, that she didn't understand this feeling of being manic and, you know, that means fugue state depression where she literally could not get out of bed. And she would cry and say, Peter, I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's wrong. You know, and I called your dad and he's going to come and get you. And there's suffering and then there's suffering alone. And neither are great. But to suffer alone in silence and not have anybody that you feel like you can talk to about those things, it just breaks my heart. But at least we're on the precipice of starting to understand these issues. And I would rather have them, honestly, like, this is a scary comment to say, I would rather have us talk so much about it that, like, it's, you know, that, like, you hear so much about ADD and ADHD or so much about Asperger's or so much about bipolar disorder than us not have any idea of what those issues are and us not being educated at all. I think most of us, even by having just watched Dr. Phil or, you know, TV shows, this is not the greatest place for me to be sitting. I think we have at least some understanding of what those issues are. I think most of us know today that if we had a family member or a friend suffering from that, there are places that we could call to get an understanding, or a book that we could read. Those things didn't exist 130 years ago. They just didn't, you know? They didn't exist 50 years ago. We didn't know how to deal with those things. And it gives me hope. It gives me hope that the next generation I've had some friends of mine that have been very scared of and for their own children because they couldn't get the mental health resources that they needed. These weren't people that didn't know how to seek out those resources. These were people that sought and fought hard and were turned away, were told that they didn't need them, it wasn't a necessity. They didn't really know what to do, you know? And we have to fight for those things. Makes it even harder, you know, when you have to fight for it. But this is something worth fighting for, I think, you know? And I think especially when it's a family member of yours. I didn't know what my mom had, but I knew I didn't understand it, and I knew it scared me. It didn't scare me because I was scared of her. It scared me for her. Without even understanding, you know, hurting yourself and things like that. I was more, like, how does a 6-year-old come up with the concept that I'm afraid mom's gonna hurt herself? Like, and I never witnessed my mom ever trying to hurt herself or anything like that, but I was scared of that. Where does that come up? Where does that come from? So I do think that we have some innate understanding of mental health issues and compassion about people that have those issues. It's scary. It affects whole families, you know? I talk on here at length about addiction. Well, mental health issues and addiction go hand in hand most of the time. They really, really do. And there's so many people that are suffering alone, you know? They don't have any fight in them anymore. Someday it will be better. It's better now than it was. So I have to believe and I have hope that it's going to be much better, you know? Alright, so the camera is at 21 minutes and 22 seconds. and I have ranted now. I've gone on and I have ranted, so I'm gonna take a break, let the camera cool down because the yellow light is on. It's gonna go off in just a second. So instead of getting cut off, I'm gonna stop it. I am gonna have control of the yellow light for a moment, and I'm gonna stop it, and I will be back to finish up the vlog. I love you guys. Okay, my phone is over there, which I had the camera on, so I'm gonna have to hunch down. I was just sitting here and I was listening to the jazz saxophonist in the background and looking at the blue pool up there. And I looked down and saw my hubby laying in bed watching 13 Reasons Why, and I thought, I'm gonna miss this, you know? I miss this little patio. I love this patio. Do you see like a little couch there? My husband right in the other room, and the only thing is I wish my dogs were here. I miss my dogs. But I've called Tanya every day and checked in on Pee-Pee, and Alex has checked with his brother's friend Simeon and found out that, am I pronouncing the name right? Simon? Simeon? Anyway, that Boo and Tucker are doing well, and so Tanya was telling me that she took Pee-Pee out, and it was like raining in Indiana, I guess, and so she had her umbrella, and Pee-Pee like stood right underneath the umbrella. She like held it outside, and he like stood underneath it and just like peed on the deck. Oh, he would have so much fun running over here and look, putting his little head down over there and looking out, barking at people. I told Alex tonight, I said, I don't want to go home. I miss my dogs, but I don't want to go home, you know? This has been fun. He goes, well, we just have to plan our next trip. I said, I know. Planning things is exciting, you know? I think sometimes the planning of things is just as exciting as the actually doing them, you know? It's like when we got married. We had so much fun planning our wedding. There's so many newlyweds down here. It's like, if you're engaged, do not rush through that time. Like, enjoy it. Like, and one thing I will say is, go on your honeymoon. I don't care. Go on the cheapest honeymoon in the world if you can't afford it. Spend less money on your wedding. Go on a honeymoon. It is one of the only times in your life that you'll just be able to spend, you know, like unedited time with your partner for the very first time. And we had we were in Vegas for 11 days. It was fantastic. And, you know, there's so many couples down here, and they just, you know, just sit next to each other and get to know each other. And I don't know, there is something very different about getting married. Like when you're married, it just, there is something that feels different about it. There's something that feels good about it. I love being married. We make all these jokes in society about, you know, ball and chain and all that kind of stuff. I don't feel that way. I don't think my husband does either. I mean, he's, you know, always loves to introduce me to people as his husband, and I love being married. I got some sun today. Because my legs are like so, my legs and my feet are so dark right now. My arms, look at that. It's because I sat here and I read like this, holding my book up today. Alright, well I'm going to end this vlog because tomorrow we're doing that island trip. I think it's called to Samoan Island or something like that. It's supposed to be really fun. We take like a catamaran over there. Oh my gosh. I'm a little scared about all that. And then we take like a speedboat back, and we're on the island for like 3 or 4 hours. So that'll be fun. I'm excited about it. It'll be something different. I hope it's nice tomorrow. It's supposed to rain, but it doesn't look like it's gonna rain. It looks, I can't see any stars, but it doesn't look super cloudy. So I was gonna take my camera and film the whole thing. I thought that would be really cool to show. But being that I just bought a new camera, I cannot chance anything happening to my camera. I just can't. I can't afford to buy another camera right now. So, and I don't even know that I'm going to take my phone tomorrow. I probably will, but we'll see. Anyway, I love you guys. I hope you're having a wonderful week. And it was so funny because somebody said something in one of the comments on one of my vlogs, and they go, "I miss you." I'm like, "I'm not gone. Like, you see me every night. I'm still here." It cracks me up when people say that. It's like, but every time I go out of town and I do a vlog, people are always like, "I miss you." It's because like you guys are used to seeing me like in my car or at home. You know, it's funny. I think the same way I do, so it's funny. Anyway, I miss you too, and I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.